Hello fellow YouTubers, and welcome to my 15th anniversary video. On September 4th, 2006, I created my first YouTube channel, cc10266. Before that, my journey into YouTube began with an email of Chris Hawkins' video of a Canadian national train flying past a railroad crossing. Since then, I started to look at other YouTube videos of trains. At the time, I started thinking about starting my own YouTube life. I soon figured out how to use Windows Movie Maker. Of course, this was all back in the Windows XP days. I collaborated some of my train drawings, including my first ever MS Paint drawing, into my first YouTube video. Here are excerpts of the videos that I made and posted. Sadly, most of the drawings are now lost, but some I'd say were expertly drawn, like the EMD F7 and the Alco RS11. Some were a bit cartoonish, like the aforementioned MS painting Somewhere in Canada. This is a slideshow video with Beethoven's Symphony No. 9. I was not just into trains, I was also into outdoor warning sirens. Of course, mostly because my grandparents' house was more than 500 feet close to one, a Sentry 20 feet too deep, for all other siren enthusiasts. I also started getting interested in the emergency alert system tests and warnings, which to my surprise, Windows Movie Maker had the way to make one. So I made my first one, followed by its test, using Microsoft Sam's voice as the primary severe weather system voice, Learn Out at House P. Michelle for Amber Alerts, and Learn Out at House P. Michael for Civil Cognitive Defense. The latter was inspired by another video done in such manner as described in the video.
Issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Woodford and McLean counties until 5:30 p.m. At 4:45 p.m., the National Weather Service Doppler radar indicated a line of severe thunderstorms capable of producing damaging winds, quarter-sized hail, and deadly cloud-to-ground lightning 5 miles west of El Paso, moving east at 25 miles per hour. Had issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Woodford and McLean counties until 5:30 p.m. This is a test of your local severe weather system. In the next 60 seconds, the given test alarm signal will be heard on this system. This is only a test. This has been a test of the severe weather system. The Standard Weather Emergency Group has developed this system to keep you informed in case of an emergency.
This is a hostage alert warning. The victims are a 12-year-old boy, blue eyes, brown hair, red t-shirt, white pants, and black shoe. For more information, contact the National Hostage Bureau or your local police office.
As a preschooler and being train savvy, I took interest in Thomas the Tank Engine. I used to own VHS tapes of the show and somehow found some videos on YouTube. There were original stories and stories that were done by other YouTube content creators. Others would use the audio of the stories to make their own video using either Tomy trains, HO scale train sets, or Win Thomas trains. I decided to use Microsoft Paint to make my Thomas intro, plus a story, a proud day for James. This was the first logo of my first studio, United Carey Entertainment Group. My brother Kevin and I coined the name since Carey was our last name. As you can see, the video starts with a blank background with black and gray diagonal stripes. Then it pixelates and the UC logo appears. Music in the background is Microsoft Windows 2000/Millennium Edition startup jingle. This is the first time I did a tornado warning on the severe weather system.
This is a tornado warning. The National Weather Service office in Lincoln has issued a tornado warning for Woodford County until 3:20 p.m. At 1:45 p.m., the National Weather Service Doppler radar indicated a tornado in the ground 3 miles east of Roanoke to 5 miles west of El Paso, heading east at 30 miles per hour. A tornado watch is in effect until 7 o'clock p.m.
After I saw YouTuber TurboJ UK's anniversary video, I decided that it was a great idea to make an anniversary video of my own. So, using clips of videos I made since my channel's inception, this is what I came up with. I actually have something to say about this video. 10 years after I uploaded this, there was another YouTuber who took inspiration from this video and made it their own interpretation. Sadly, as of this video, that video no longer exists.
A civil emergency message has been issued for the entire state of Illinois, including every county, effective until 1:45 a.m.
All persons are advised to remove all electric devices from their homes. Brief exposure to microwaves, coffee makers, ranges, refrigerators, and electronics causes immediate mind control, mathematic disability, and sudden loss of memory. Prolonged exposure causes seizures, depression, and thoughts of suicide. Has been a civil cognitive defense emergency alert.
This video became the first one to be the most viewed video. In fact, I got a message saying that I could monetize this video. Unfortunately, I turned the offer down. At the end of the video, there was an animated gopher or chipmunk plugging a television into the wall. The audio came from the British sitcom The Young Ones. It's only a small part. I did want to complete the part, but I couldn't find the time and energy. You know how animation is.
Service office in Chicago has issued a tornado warning for Woodford and McLean counties until 5:30 p.m. At 4:15 p.m., the National Weather Service Doppler radar indicated a line of severe thunderstorms capable of producing a tornado, containing damaging 70-mile-per-hour winds, softball-sized hail, and deadly cloud-to-ground lightning. Once again, the National Weather Service office in Chicago has issued a tornado warning for Woodford and McLean counties until 5:30 p.m.
This is the aforementioned Thomas video I made in MS Paint. I took the audio and put my paint drawings over it. I wanted to do more, but overly strict copyright rules discouraged me from doing so.
Sir Topham Hatt was on the train with other important people, and as soon as they heard the conductor's whistle, Gordon started. Look at me now, he puffed, and the coaches glided after him. Poop, 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 poop. Goodbye, little James, see you tomorrow. There was Gordon trying to sneak into the station without being noticed. Hello, Gordon. Is it tomorrow? Asked James. Gordon didn't answer. He just let off steam feebly. Did you lose your way, Gordon? Said James. No, it was lost for me. I was switched off the main line onto the loop. I had to go all round and back again. Perhaps it was instinct, said James.
This was just an I was bored type of video. Plus, my sister used to say this as a poem at her school. Clearly, as the video only got 304 views, with no likes and only 5 dislikes, this video didn't turn out so well.
Miss Molly had a steamboat, the steamboat had a bell. Miss Molly went to heaven, the steamboat went to hell. Operator, dial me the number 9. If you disconnect me, I'll kick you from behind the refrigerator. There was a piece of glass. Miss Molly sat upon it, and cut her big fat. Ask me no more questions, tell me no more lies. The boys are in the bathroom, zipping up their flies. Are in the meadow, the bees are in the park. Miss Molly and her boyfriend are kissing in the dark. Darker than the ocean, darker than the sea, darker than the underpants my mommy puts on me.
This was inspired by Blinking Blythe's severe thunderstorm warning mockup. Also, notice the difference between this video and my previous severe weather system videos that I got closer to the real EIS system.
Attention all RC Park patrons, the National Weather Service office in Lincoln has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for the Woodford County area until 3:20 p.m. At 2:00 p.m., the National Weather Service Doppler radar indicated a severe thunderstorm capable of producing penny-sized hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds, and deadly cloud-to-ground lightning. If you need help, summon a park staff member immediately. Repeat, this is a dangerous storm.
Here's the severe weather system again. This time, it's warning for extreme winter weather.
Attention, attention. The National Weather Service office in Lincoln has issued the winter weather warning for the central Illinois area until 5:30 p.m. At 4:50, repeat, the National Weather Service office in Lincoln has issued the winter weather warning for the central Illinois area until 5:30 p.m. All persons are advised to stay indoors.
This is the revised version of the United Carey logo. This time, I managed to create the UC letters and top and bottom bars on MS Paint, as opposed to the hand drawing on the previous video. It was Wednesday, March 5th, 2008, and I was working at the nursing home where I used to live, El Paso, Illinois. That day, I got paid, and when my mom came to take me home after work, we went to Target, and I bought my very first camcorder, a Polaroid CAA-03040. When I used it for the first time, Kevin, my brother, came up with this idea that we should film us having a brawl in the kitchen. The end result was entertainment gold. Well, at least for Kevin and I. It also has a sequel.
Folks, as you can see, I'm doing the dishes, and,
This is my first rail fanning video. Sorry if you can't see the train in the dark, but the Toledo, Peoria, and Western's major manifests only ran at night. The only trains that ran during the day were local grain trains, going from the Kruger, Illinois elevator just west of Eureka to either Gridley, Genoa, or Gilman.
Peoria Western freight train. It looks like it's carrying 10 cars, a flat car, hopper car, 2 hopper cars, more tanker cars, and some more hopper cars. This is probably a mixed freight. 2 GP&W locomotives, and we got some more tanker cars coming, and there goes the train.
My first siren test video. El Paso, Illinois sirens were tested on Tuesday, April 1st, 2008. I couldn't get the wind-up since I was a little jumpy when it comes to loud warning devices. Sirens of El Paso were comprised of, at the time, 1 Sentry 20V2T, 4 Sentry 10Vs, and a couple of Wheel and Vortex sirens.
When the sirens are being tested. And as you just heard, the sirens went off. Alright, it's Monday. Shoot. And there goes the train.
My third Toledo, Peoria, and Western eastbound train. This time, two former Canadian National GP40 2 LWs were at the head end. I couldn't catch the entire train this time because the camera's batteries were low and the batteries were not rechargeable.
Well, my battery's getting kind of low, so this is all the train you're going to see.
My first daytime Toledo, Peoria, and Western freight train. This time, it was a westbound grain, with GP38 number 3830 and GP40 number 4020 on the head end.
Engine number 3831. Looks like it's a grain train. A westbound grain train with... There goes the train. A grain train, everyone.
This was my latest and last severe weather system video I made before my grandmother's computer broke down and we had to buy a new one.
The National Weather Service office in Lincoln has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for the following counties: Peoria, Tazewell, Woodford, McLean, and Livingston until 12:24 p.m. At 11:38 p.m., the National Weather Service Doppler radar indicated a severe thunderstorm capable of producing any sized hail, damaging winds in excess of 65 miles per hour, and deadly cloud-to-ground lightning. The storm was located near Peoria and is moving east at 50 miles per hour. Once again, the National Weather Service office in Lincoln has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for these counties until 12:24 p.m.
A rather silly idea that started from a day Kevin and I went to a friend's house. He apparently was acting like an old person for some weird reason, and I said, well, the first part of episode 1 will show.
You guys see here, honey? Don't hit me with that sickle, man. Oh, you calling it old man? Oh, my leg! I can't feel my legs!
This was actually recorded on May 2nd of 2018, same year this video was posted. The system was alerting about a severe thunderstorm warning for the area south of Bloomington Normal, Illinois, and west of Champaign-Urbana.
storm warning for Northern Coles County, Douglas County, Southeastern Pike County, Southern Champaign County until 11:15 a.m. for any severe weather or damage to your local emergency manager or the nearest law enforcement agency for relief to the National Weather Service.
While my grandfather was in for a dialysis in Pontiac, Illinois, I managed to catch a late Amtrak and Rutledge train number 303.
Coach class. Here she goes. Going away.
Seeing Turbo Jake UK's claymation videos, I wondered how I could do a stop-motion animated video. After learning that I could use my camera still image mode to make one, here's the result. Here we see a long Toledo-Peoria and Western grain train slowly heading eastbound through El Paso. Usually, trains have a maximum of 20 miles per hour limit through here, but a problem tie reduced the limit to no more than walking pace. Engines at the helm are RLK GP38 AC number 7874 with an excellent sounding Leslie RS3L and CEFX X Southern Pacific SC45 T-2 number 9401.
Look at that S3L. Listen to her.
I found this scythe in my grandfather's garage after he passed away. I wanted to learn how to use it, and so I looked up videos on tips and techniques. This is part 2 of the scythe, where I actually try it out. This is the 4th month since my family and I moved to Arkansas, so this area looks different. This is my attempt at one of those train was up videos that were a thing at the time. Audio quality wasn't what I wanted, but I had to use my earbuds plugged into the microphone jack against one of the speakers because the computer that we had didn't have a sound card. One downer from Windows Vista, I suppose.
Yo, who's that? Yo, pick up the phone. Hello? Who's that? Yo, where's Dookie? Yo, Dookie. So what's up, B? Watching the game, having a bud. True.
My first random siren insanity video. It consists of a Sentry 20V2T and a Federal Signal 2T22 trying to replace the 20V2T, to no avail. Side note, I actually do like the XT22 sirens as well as all other siren makes and models. I just didn't know what siren to use as a proper antagonist, and frankly, I used to live near the 20V2T in El Paso.
20V2T? What the?
Now, here's the sequel to the original entry. This time, it pits an EOWS 612 against an API siren. This is the last video I posted onto this channel before it got taken from me. Again, thanks Google.
I'm a firing my laser!
This channel has some old videos that have never been uploaded to YouTube, plus those that were, and new ones. This was my second attempt at creating a stop-motion animated film, further spurred on by the rewatching of Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas and watching a documentary on Ray Harryhausen. I figured out how I could use any removable object. Music is from the Benny Hill Show.
Stop. Grand Theft Auto, GTA. Yeah. Alright, we're rail fanning the TP&W. Grain train, heading eastbound. And there goes the train.
This was my second attempt at creating a stop-motion animated film, further spurred on by the rewatching of Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas and watching a documentary on Ray Harryhausen. I figured out how I could use any removable object. Music is from the Benny Hill Show. While I was trying to get into this occupational help center, I took it upon myself to capture trains near the place. I used a better quality camcorder that I found abandoned in a house my family and I used to live in before we moved to Camden. first banner for my new studio name, Container House Entertainment. It shows an intermodal double-stack train going past a railroad crossing. Then the video fades into two double-stack containers bearing the name, with a silver border and a starry night background. This is my first MS Paint animation of a Toledo, Peoria, and Western intermodal train with two identical locomotives, two 5-unit well cars carrying the containers bearing the container house name, and a caboose at the end. My uncle took me to this event, credit to him, and after 20 years of knowing about that 4884 big boy, I finally got to see one in person, number 4014, after its restoration to service. This is a collaboration of some of Camden's outdoor warning sirens I've recorded over a 5-year span as of this video's upload. After I ran some errands in downtown Camden, I managed to capture 3 trains passing through. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, consider subscribing and tapping the bell icon to get notified about new videos. Thanks for watching.